Time to simplify your life. Here's 11 forgotten ways to simplify it still. A cluttered home and a busy schedule may be the least important areas of your life to simplify. Interesting. For many people, these areas are a great starting point because they can be the easiest places to begin. Getting a few wins under your belt can lead to a snowball effect of life changes. Think of the simplicity that really carries weight. The most wonderful benefits of minimalism come from a life that is focused on the things that matter. Lose sight, even if we try to achieve the simplest aesthetic and clutter-free lives. Fewer things means more space, and more space means more freedom. At least that's the way that my mind works. Let's see if that works as well, because we got 11 different things that we can run down and poke and prod and have some fun with, shall we? Number one, don't procrastinate on the small stuff. Yeah, because small stuff eventually turns into big stuff if you keep ignoring it. Let's see if that's where they go. In an effort to simplify your life, it's possible to become too big picture focused and start to believe that life's drudgery is beneath you. No one escapes a hard, ordinary work of everyday life, and ignoring it today only makes your life more complicated tomorrow. Yeah, exactly. And again, you see this with a bunch of people. They're trying to tackle all of the big picture issues that are out there in the world, all the hot button topics. I need not outline them for you because you know exactly what we're talking about. The big overarching global issues in the world, they're all about those. But then you take a look at their own personal life and they are hot garbage behind the scenes. And you realize that most of the people that are out there trying to take on the big world problems are disasters, because they don't look after themselves. Do you want to be like that? And I know that that's just one simple example, but it's a very obvious example, and it plays out more often than not. Don't keep looking for a perfect plan. Settle for a good enough plan and make it great through your hawk-like focus and ability to learn as you go. In almost every scenario in life, there's only so much you can learn from a standstill. So you must take the first steps to reveal the best path forward. Don't complicate your life by endlessly ruminating when it's possible to learn as you go. Exactly, because you can be paralyzed. And that's what they're outlining here. Paralyzed in decision making. So if something's too big and you just don't quite know how to tackle it, it's like, okay, like you guys might be hearing that there's construction going on in the background. It's like, okay, where do you start doing this? Okay, if you just know you have something that you need to accomplish, but you just get overwhelmed by the enormity of the situation, you need to figure out the perfect place to start. Okay, what's going to make it easier? Instead of just, just going straight at it and then just tackling the problems as they go, you'll realize that you probably accomplish more instead of, you're just planning in the background instead of just doing. It's pretty simple. All right, take care of your health while you still have it. Exactly. I was talking to my sister today. I wasn't. I'll probably talk to her tomorrow. It's my birthday. And we were both remarking how common it is to not fully appreciate what you have until it's gone. You don't know what you've got till it's gone. You paved paradise. Oh, one of the most predictable responses is human nature, and yet it sometimes seems inescapable. Without a doubt, good health is a blessing, and it makes all other activities more enjoyable. Protect, preserve, and strengthen what you have today. Fair enough. Don't really have anything to add to that. It's like, yeah, if you're in good health, maintain that good health. Because it's hard, right? I'm looking over there at my bookshelf and I see a book. Okay, it's Peter Thiel's book, one of the founders of PayPal, right? 0 to 1. Okay, it's that clicking over from having nothing to something. That's always the hardest part, because moving from 1 to 2, that's not as hard as going from a dirt all, okay, to just sprouting something up. Don't look for shortcuts. Take the hard path. Yeah, that sounds like it's just directly ripped right out of one of Dr. Jordan Peterson's book. This week I was considering a shortcut. I weighed the pros and cons and ultimately decided that shortcuts are for losers, based and red-pilled. The people we share it with and the person we become along the way. It's all about the journey is what they're talking about. But yeah, do what is meaningful, not what is expedient. Guard yourself from addiction of all kinds. Oh my God. Oh, this hits right. I love this. While I have not personally struggled with addiction to drugs or alcohol, I shut that off a long time ago. This is all written from the author's perspective. I'm just adding my commentary over the top of it. I have seen their impact on those I love. I do know, however, what it's like to constantly give in to distraction, to be so attached to my phone that it feels like I can never give it up. No, okay? And that's another thing, too. You see way too many people just hunched over, bad posture, just looking at their phone, scrolling through, and just, wasting their lives. And it's a form of just being a slave to your devices and just being a slave to your surroundings. And it makes me physically ill, and I hate it. And I hate it a lot. Find a way to let it go and enjoy an inner simplicity like you never imagined. I value being free more than anything else in this world, and I hate to see it from all different corners. Couldn't agree with that point anymore. Avoid self-pity. Yes, and then also, I will add to that, avoid negative self-talk. Let's explain. Of all the vices, there is one sad and self-defeating as self-pity. We feel sorry for ourselves and ruminate on our own failures or bad breaks. To what gain? Self-pity adds complexity to your life by causing you to focus on the wrong thing, yourself. Wake up to the reality of what is the past, and then move. And in the moment, you're free to focus on what you can do now. Yes, exactly. Something bad happens to you. It happened for a reason. It happened for you to learn from the situation. Figure out what went wrong, okay? Figure out what you can glean from that, okay? Something terrible happened to you, a death in the family, okay? Something that theoretically nothing you could have controlled. But what you control is your response to that, and how you grow from that is how you move forward into the future. So don't dwell on it, okay? Bad things are going to happen to you throughout the rest of your life. I don't wish for them to. It's just a fact of life. I hope you move forward, and I hope that you grow from it. Avoid envy, again, for the same reason. You can't control what other people have. All you can do is control your response to what other people have, and maybe see that as a motivator. Maybe see that as, somebody has a really nice house, okay? Like, when I go out on a run every morning, I run past some of the nicest houses in all of the city, okay? I don't see them as, those damn people with all of the big houses that they have and all their vehicles in their garage. I see that as an opportunity. I see that as something to shoot towards into the future. Probably not those houses by the time that I've accrued as much wealth as I want, because they'll be old and ancient and probably run down. That's the way that the city works. But I see that as aspirational. Okay. When I compare my life to the life I expected and hoped for when I was younger, I'm thrilled. I have a very happy I don't. Close friends. Friends are a joke. 3 lively children. Don't have those. A satisfying job. Sure. And plenty of leisure time. Leisure's for losers. The realization that I have everything, actually way more than I could have ever needed, brings me peace and helps me to remember what's important. But when I compare my life to the lucky few who have even more good things, suddenly I'm unhappy and anxious. Yeah, because it's silly. Compare yourself to who you are today as opposed to what somebody else is. Again, just ripped out of the pages of a Dr. Peterson book. Be reliable. Let's see where they go here. There's not too much advice to be absolutely universal in this application. One such piece of wisdom is to be reliable. When you're reliable, people you care about trust you most. No, you should be reliable for your own reasons, because again, just finding yourself on the way that other people view you, you're not in control of how other people see you and view you. Okay, if you're reliable to yourself, okay? The only person that you can rely on 100% of the time is you. That's what you control. I don't know if I agree with this. When you're reliable, you find favor and respect in all sorts of things among the circle of of other reliable people. Okay, to cut yourself off from the circle of reliability is one of the quickest ways to add a layer of complexity to your life. Don't leave the circle. Sounds like a cult. Moving right along. Don't lie or pretend to be something you're not. Exactly. Just don't lie. You will always get caught in whatever you lie about. You will not get away with it. Maybe you're not tempted to tell outright lies, but how often do you paint yourself to be something other than who you really are? Putting your best foot forward is one thing, but always concealing your mistakes and flaws adds complexity to your life, because you always have to hide and wonder if you'll get found out. Exactly. Just be honest with yourself. You aren't perfect, but you're learning, and you're trying to become perfect. You're probably not going to hit perfection, and that's okay. you'll achieve more in your pursuit than you will ever in a lie. Just understand that. Surround yourself with people you admire. Yeah, exactly. Because you are the summation. I forget who said this, and I don't know who it's attributed to, but you are the summation of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. And those people might not be physical, okay? They might not be in the corporeal realm, okay? They might be online. They might be in the pages of a book. But if you surround yourself with people who continue to aim up, you will find yourself continuing to aim up. If you surround yourself with people who just want to stagnate, or people who want to aim down, people who just want to tear other people down, that's where your mindset is going to find yourself. Hopefully you gain something from these videos, because I'm always trying to aim up, okay? Even if we're having a laugh on the main channel, we're always trying to aim up because we see people just tearing people down or just doing awful, degenerate things. And we're just trying to point at them and be like, hey, you're doing something bad. You should be doing this. It's better than what you are currently doing, and focusing in on these nonsense scenarios, okay? It's like there's another saying that I absolutely love. Small minds talk about people. Average minds talk about events. Big minds, learned minds, whatever it is. I'm butchering the saying and I'm paraphrasing, of course. Big minds, large minds, learned minds talk about concepts, and that's what I love talking about. So surround yourself with people who want the best for you. Surround yourself with people who are aiming up in the world. Surround yourself with people that you admire. Hopefully you take that away from this video. I like this list. It's pretty universal. It's pretty basic, but it's a lot of the different ways that I like to live my life. So if you found use in that, congratulations. Thank you for finding the video. Thanks for sticking around for the entirety of it. I appreciate every single one of you, and we'll be back tomorrow with something else. Not entirely sure yet. With that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. Why don't you follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.